Okay, hello there. Howdy everybody. Welcome back. I am Vormithrax. This is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. We are continuing the Gamer Cave Challenge. If you don't know what that is, well, check chat. It'll tell you right there. Got some chat commands you can always use anytime you join one of my Cataclysm streams. You can use !challenge, settings, mod list, or font. That gets you details on what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and kind of what my overall plan is for a particular challenge. I try to set mid to, short to mid-range goals, actual specific objectives I'm trying to complete before I go off and get myself killed and move on to the next one. So that's what we're doing with the Gamer Challenge, or Gamer Cave. I'm playing as a Game Master, an RPG role-playing game Game Master, and I want to run one last campaign before the Cataclysm claims me. So I'm trying to recruit 4 NPCs to join me to play the party to my Game Master. And so far we've got 1 slot filled. We've got 3 more we've got to recruit and bring back to our little Gamer Cave basement that we've got set up. So that's kind of the general situation. You can check settings and mod list if you're curious about exactly what experimental build I'm running and all my world settings, graphics setup, and all that kind of stuff. Character sheets up. You can see Ricky Culver, the Game Master. We're doing pretty good. So we've had 2 sessions behind us, actually about 2.5 I think at this point. And we're pretty far along on the crafting curve. So we've got 2 last things, I guess, to really get accomplished. I haven't started into the metalworking process other than getting the initial makeshift welding rig put together. So we've got a welder, makeshift welder, and I haven't yet done the vehicle welding rig or any of the other metalworking stuff. I think I'm going to hold off on that until we go make a trip. So we just finished a big session of gearing up at the end of Friday's session, so you can see skill-wise we're pretty far up there on a number of them. We got electronics 9, tailoring 7, dodge 6, fab 6, mechanics 6, and so on. So computers is going to be a pretty important one. As always, I'm on the lookout for the SICP book to get me to 8. Most of the rest of it, I got pretty well where I need it. First aid I need to increase as well in case we do accumulate a decent supply of CBMs. But it's really the only reason I need to get that much higher at this point. It's for that purpose. Gear-wise, here you go. So we spent a good amount of time towards the end of last episode getting our gear sorted out. I typically, by habit, tend to just make do with whatever random crap I find in the game world and pick up, until I get enough stuff accumulated in my little base that I can sit down and actually put together some mid-to-end game gear. So I can just do it once and get it over with. I usually don't have a problem with that. I can survive the early game stuff with a little bit of caution without too much of a real problem. So I tend to want to get it all done at once and not have to deal with it again. So that's my normal habit. And we've just about got that part completed. I think I got 1 piece left I still need to put together, which is the boots. But otherwise, we're in full survivor gear with a few extras. We've got a cuirass that we found in a mansion. We've got a chainmail vest that's dropping off. What is the new zombie that's dropping off? I can't remember. Security guards? I think it's the zombie security guard in a couple locations now that we're dropping chainmail vests, which is pretty interesting. But we got most of the rest of the stuff pretty much done. So we got the heavy survivor helmet, survivor suit, survivor gloves, all that kind of stuff. So we're fairly well immune to standard low-level zombie damage. They can't really hurt us, except for occasionally they'll poke me in the eyes or something like that. But by and large, we've hit that immunity point to the low-level zombies. We can just mow through them pretty easily. So we're using a broadsword. It's a full-on broadsword, not a replica. We also picked that up in a mansion. We're occasionally using the longbow. I'm about at the point where it's kind of irrelevant, so as soon as we start hitting lab, and that's coming right up, and we start picking up some of the high-end guns, then I really just can't go back to using the bow effectively after that point. So bow's going to have a pretty short reign as a useful item in this particular run. So that'll save us some space, if nothing else, and we've got a pretty good supply of the basic medical gear. What I don't have, surprisingly, is any science ID cards. I haven't found a single one yet, or did I find one and use it? Can't remember now. But yeah, I got 3 military ID cards, but no science ID cards. Kind of crazy. Don't remind me. There is a saga or a story regarding that stupid survival suit right there. I'm going to make sure that thing doesn't go away, because I do not want to craft another one of those things. So, yeah, go back and watch it if you want to see. So yeah, we're doing pretty good otherwise. I've got just about everything exactly the way I want it. I just need to get the boots put together, I believe, and we'll have the final setup ready to go. And we're going to go ahead and, as I mentioned at the end of last series, or last episode, we're going to go on our trip south. So we're going to roll south. We're going to check out the bunker right here, since we've got ID card and jackhammer and such to get into the various locations in the bunker, the military bunker. Then we're going to roll south to this laboratory. And this one is fairly free and clear. We've had some issues with labs that we found being fungal infested. There were two, yeah, right down here. Two labs here. Both of these, the top floor is completely overrun with fungus already. So, gotta love that. Not a super big danger for this character at this point, but kind of irritating. And then we've got these two labs right here as well. So, I think I opened this one with my one ID card, but we didn't actually explore it much. I wanted to come home and get some reconsidering done before we went down there. And so we're going to hit this lab first. We do have a military outpost right here. I may or may not go there. I don't know. The loot in military outposts, I just don't think warrants the effort to get into them. I'm just never impressed with the loot when I go to those things. It's basically just a random loot off of Bio Operator and a couple of soldiers, and that's it. I've rarely found anything else of value or usefulness, and given the number of shots that it takes to clear the place and make it safe to loot, it's easier to do it elsewhere to get the same exact stuff. So I probably won't mess with it, especially since it's kind of tucked in the woods, which makes it a little harder as well. But yeah, so that's the plan. We're just going to roll south a little bit, hit the bunker, hit the lab, and depending on how long that takes, possibly hit a second lab. I think between two labs, if either one of these is of any real depth, like 5 or 6 floors, we'll probably have all of the gear and materials I'll need from any labs from that point on. So we'll probably pull back out from there, and then clear the town some, or we're going to have to find some recruits. So we've got to find some more NPCs. That's really the goal at this point. Here is the Gamer Cave. Flip on a flashlight so you can see it all here. So this is what the Gamer Basement looks like. It's a new addition to the map gen. So you got to have a fairly recent build. I think it came in middle of last week. Thursday or Friday. But yeah, so that's the Gamer Basement. And we've got our Dungeon Master's Guide, and we've got a character sheet for each of the 4 players. But right now we've only got one NPC with us. And so this is going to be our home base we're going to keep returning to. So right now, we are pretty much all set. We have done a little bit of exploring of the map. This was our starting area right here. And the only direction we've gone is south. There was a big city conglomeration to the south I was trying to work my way towards, right there. And we ran into a few problems, but we did figure out a route to get over there. Then we had some fun while doing it, so that's all the exploration I've done on this map. Not nearly as much as some of my runs, but hopefully this one doesn't require me to travel all over the damn place. No, I haven't seen any of the new research facilities yet, so I'm looking forward to the above-ground laboratory. I've seen it doing testing in my test world when I'm just fiddling around and teleporting around to check various things so I can answer questions on Reddit and the Discords and such. But I haven't actually visited one in a live stream or even looked at it in my testing. So looking forward to coming across one. I'm saving it. I'm purposely avoiding it in my testing stuff so I can actually experience it on camera. So that'll be interesting. Alright, so that's kind of where we're at. Food and water. I always got to remind myself where I'm at in my sleep cycle and my food and water situation. I'm not down to being able to eat anything I want because we don't have the leukocyte breeder system installed, so I gotta be a little careful. We've got some oatmeal, a little bit of fruits and nuts. Not a lot, so bleach, cooking oil, and vinegar, and ammonia, so we got a little bit of all of those for the basic recipes. Drinks. boots and some canned goods, but not much in the way of MREs yet either, because we haven't gone soldier hunting yet. But we're heading to labs. Usually I can subsist fairly reliably in labs off of vending machines, spiders, and MREs off the soldiers in the barracks, so I'm not going to be too worried about it, because we're not going to do a bunch of crafting right now. So, let's get our immediate needs taken care of. Pick that stuff up. Don't need that in a separate pile. We're going to get some leather patches real quick. Don't need any of these anymore. So, cut all that up. And boots. I need some survivor boots. As far as I know, I have no survivor boots. Oh, never mind, I have survivor boots. Where the hell are they? Oh, they're over there. That's why I didn't see them when I was doing my look around. Alright, so we've already got our survivor boots. Cool. One last thing for me to try to craft. So, if I remember right at the end of last episode, we put together the welding rig and the jackhammer. So we've got the control laptop finished. That makes labs way, way safer and simpler. Electric jackhammer is going to get us through doors that we need to go through. Electro hack, because I don't have, well, I guess I could jackhammer the front door just as easy as electro hack it, but we'll see. We'll take them both. So between that, we should have easy entrance into the labs. So I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to take with us on this trip. So, let's... First thing I'm going to do is remind myself what my vehicle looks like. Hey there, vehicle. What do you look like? So, we've got plenty of gas, plenty of battery. There's no problems there. I got no onboard water. I haven't modded it in any way. It's going to need some repairs as well, but I'm going to do everything I can to hold off on that until I've got the vehicle welding rig put together and all that good stuff. If we even bother to do that for this run. We'll see. Alright, what have I got sitting back here? Bottle jack, jumper cables, kitchen unit, steel drum, pillow and blanket. Alright, so pillow and blanket are on the seat for when I sleep in the vehicle, for when I repair. Alright, no problem. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Okay, let's see what we're going to take with us. So, everything to there, please. Take the Barrett, don't take the Barrett. Got the Browning, but I don't have it mounted in the vehicle yet. And I don't think I have dismounted a turret. Nope. We just got the tools, full set of tools put together, so I didn't have the turret dismounted previously. So I'll have to stop at a military vehicle and get a turret. And then I'll use some precious battery power to get the turret and the Browning installed in the vehicle. That'll simplify my traveling. But for now, I don't know. I don't think I need the Barrett for where we're going and what we're about to do. I think I'll just stick with the M4. I think both of those I'll unload one. And that fires 223, 223. Any of this? Oops. That's also 223. Alright, go in that pile. And we'll take the Rivtech pistol. Oh, these all fire 223s. Well, crap. Alright, do this. Unload. Alright, so give me the M4 with the full set of rounds, and everything else can go back in the general pile. I don't think it actually gave it to me. Where are you? Alright, so we've got the M4, 30 rounds on the clip, we got 105. Reload's ready to go. I don't generally take spare magazines. I used to a long time ago, but any fight I get into is gonna be goddamn over before I empty a gun. I don't think I have ever had a situation where I've gone, wow, I really wish I had a magazine loaded and ready to reload. It just never comes up. I just use guns so seldomly and in such specialized circumstances that running out of ammo is never the concern that I have. So I think that'll work. That'll give me a long rifle that I can use inside or outside at a decent range. And with enough damage that I can knock down turrets and so on, if I need to. More likely, bio-operators is what it's going to be used against until I get the Rivtech stuff. Alright, so back to what I was doing here. But I did want to take that. Alright, so that's all I care about there. I don't care about the arrows. I'm going to leave the bow and the arrows here. Definitely taking the EMP grenades. Got the tool belt now. Which, I still got the makeshift crowbar? I've got a full crowbar. That'll do. So I don't think I'm going to take that. I'll take the Tonfa, just in case for some odd reason I have to switch to Krav Maga. Definitely the laptop and the jackhammer and electro hack. Repair kit. Don't care. Not gonna need. Definitely take that. Sure, maybe. Yeah. Washboard I can make anywhere. Don't care about the rest of that. I need a blindfold. And I can't remember what extra storage capacity I've got sitting around. Need my light amp. And maybe I'll need my welding goggles. I don't want to bring much of my food supply with me. Same with medical. I usually carry all my critical medical stuff. Although we will take the anti-parasitic. Alright, hopefully I don't need my books. I'll probably regret not having them. And we've already got some CBMs. Oh, that's right, we've got CBMs. Definitely take those. Alright, just take them all. We do a jerry can of water. By this point, usually, if I was going to go on this kind of a trip, I would just have my long-term travel vehicle and I would just load all this stuff up. So I don't often have to pick apart my pile to see what I'm going to take with me. There's those chainmail vests. Let's take one of those. Alright, clean water. Let's make you and throw you into the plastic jerry can. Out of water in my big old thing, am I? Wow. How did I manage that? 37's good enough. Alright, let's have a cheese spread. That makes us full. And drag this stuff on over here. Come here, NPC. You're staying in here. You're not going with me. Alright. Have I ever done a guns only run? No. I'm not sure what the point of that would be. Other than to get yourself killed pretty damn quick. At least on the world settings I use, it would get me killed pretty damn quick. What does guns only mean, anyway? I'm not allowed to use my hands to kill them? I'm not allowed to butt stroke them with the weapon? I have to actually shoot them? I'd need more details. That's too broad a parameter. I'm not allowed to drive them over in my vehicle? I can come up with all sorts of alternatives. 9 p.m. Do some reading, then we'll go to sleep and force ourselves to sleep if we have to, so I can wake up. Actually, I don't really care when I wake up. We'll be heading into a barracks or a bunker in a lab here pretty quick. Let's do what's actually going to be useful? Trapping, maybe? Yeah, trapping's quick. Let's do trapping. Trapping to 4 in 12 minutes. Not tired yet. Midnight. Let's try to sleep anyway. Many hours roll by. I'm still not sleepy. Maybe some cough syrup will push me over the edge. Still not tired. Come on. There we go. Alright, we should wake up at a decent time. Read the morale device. Yeah, that would make me a little more tired as well. Yeah, I saw that message about no more reinforcing non-cloth stuff. Does that mean no more reinforcing broadswords and other melee weapons? Well, let's have a nice gooey chunk of fat. That'll take care of our food requirements. And do I have any water here? Yeah, good enough for now. Alright, we'll take the fat, because that's going to go bad. know I'm gonna miss having some of this stuff around. Needle tea. Alright, I'm just gonna get moving. See NPC. Sproglodyte's coming to get me. Or not. Sproglodyte's busy chasing something else. All of that can go. I should probably take... I can't remember the last time I ever got an infection that I didn't start the game with, but since I'll be away from my little base here, I should probably grab at least some antibiotics. Alright. Some water. Alright, well, except for the holes in the vehicle, we're in pretty good shape. Before I get moving here, say hi to a few folks. Andrew Swan, ADS, Starzal, Star-Lord. We're back, everybody. You were never supposed to be able to reinforce vehicle parts to begin with, so don't be too sad about that going away. It really has very little effect anyway, but yeah. I don't remember when I saw it as an available option and did it in some videos a long time ago, but I don't really bother anymore. Yes. Loud noises do have something to do with the Wander Spawn Horde. Watch the, near the end of my Fire Station run, Fire Station Z, if you'd like a demonstration. Never fire anything loud near where you plan on basing. Don't fire machine guns, don't fire plasma guns, really try to avoid any kind of guns, any kind of explosions. It's really bad news, especially if you're in a city area. Alright, so we're just going to kind of roll around to the southeast here and then curl around the swamp to the military bunker. We'll see which kind of bunker we get. I'm hoping... What am I hoping for? Either styled for this guy would probably work out. Let's see if I can hit every damn bush on the way down there. I'll get my driving legs back under me here. Oh, this is one of those rare roads that goes nowhere, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of those rare roads that just ends. Doesn't end in a trailhead, doesn't end in a facility. It just runs down here and stops. I don't see that often. Always makes me laugh when I do. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I guess I would hope for the newer bunker just for the extra anesthetic kits. Because my luck with item drops at the old style bunkers has been terrible lately. Been giving me really, really bad choices of gear. Alright, so we're gonna need the jackhammer. And we need to get some battery power for it. Did I not bring my batteries? Oh, crap. I knew I would come down here without something important. I forgot to pick up my batteries. I grabbed everything else but the batteries. That's pretty damn annoying, because I need batteries for my control laptop, too. I got a few hundred I can pull out of my gunsmith kit. That's, I think, all I've got for batteries with me currently. That and my goggles. Won't need the goggles immediately. We'll pull those and the gunsmith kit. Reload. Alright, so got the jackhammer ready to go. I've got plenty of carry capacity. I'm on rollerblades, which is not ideal. We're about to be overweight, but that's mostly because of the jackhammer. We got the new style. Yay! We're going to get some CBM and some free anesthetic kits. And potentially some gear in the armory. Usually it's not much in there, though. Kitchen. Some root beer, huh? Exciting. Uh-oh. Elbow pads. Tack gloves. Yeah, I'll take some tack gloves. Alright, this is the armory. Scar. Don't need a scar. Don't need a standalone launcher. And don't need a magazine. So like I said, the armory almost always sucks. Scalpel. I got a scalpel already? I've got a scalpel already. Damn it. Stethoscope, so I still don't have. There's our anesthetic kits. Oh, we didn't even get a CBM this time. So, we have an auto dock. We've got a few anesthetic kits, and we've got some pretty decent CBMs, but we're still pretty low on first aid skill. I could probably get my int up to, what, 14? But I think I'd still be looking at like a 50-50 chance on the hard CBMs. And I don't think I have any power gen ones yet, so only ones I'd be able to use would be ones that don't require power. Map. Grab our map. And yeah, we'll take the whiskey. Nah, I don't need that. Alright, well, if you haven't seen one, that's the new style bunker. Oh yeah, they put a rifle in here as well. I keep forgetting to look in this room. I actually have found decent weapons in here a couple times. Alright, there you go. That's the new style bunker. We got everything I needed, though. We're just going to head on over to that lab. Dump the whiskey. Go ahead and activate that map. No reason not to. Alright, what are you showing me, map? Is it going to show me this local area, or is it stuff stupid far away? What have I read that shows me a school here? Huh. Alright. Can't see anything up there. Yeah, this military operations map's not really going to be all that helpful. There's a bunker pretty far south. Another bunker, another school. That school's actually pretty easy to get to. I'll have to think about that. Whoops. Is that something? Oh, there is. Another military outpost right there. But again, not a fan of the military outposts. Alright, where are we going? Straight south along the road and then take the route west. Let's, instead of going on the road that I know is clear with no interesting things, let's go off-road and follow the forest swamp edge here. Maybe we'll get lucky for a body sight or a helicopter. Or a herd of zombie children. Do I need to scavenge that crop of bushes? No. Probably should make a pine needle run before we head into the lab. Just make sure I have some quick on-hand food. Alright, lab. So, we're going to be forcing our way in, because I do not have an ID card. So, let's park a little further away from the door there. Alright, let's go get our food first. We'll leave the jackhammer here. Auto pickup on, auto foraging on, yes, and show me the pine trees. Dropping stuff. Overweight, I assume. Yep, overweight. Don't care, don't care. Don't need 43 pine bows or the birch bark. Alright, so 40 pine cones. That's a pretty good number. I knew he was going to come in the door. Coming back to get me? Don't make me shoot you. 49 damage. He's going to run from me. He's going to... Nope. Coming back for more. That was a bad idea, Mr. Cougar. Thanks for the meat. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, give me all of them just in case we really flub this. Actually, I don't need those. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? All I need is the control laptop. And going to need to unload for now the welder. Alright, activate, control laptop, turret. You successfully override the turret's IFF protocols. But of course I do. Jackhammer, activate. Eek. Hey there, turret, you still friendly? Yes, you are. Run mode. Deactivate turret. Alright, so we've got the turret taken care of. We've got the lab entrance established. Now we can throw the duffel bag back on. Alright. Full and slaked. Let's see. I need both of these. There's a problem because of the weight. Because my gear here is pretty damn heavy. I think I'm going to have to take off the some of the gear. It's just too heavy. Only running a strength 9 character here. No, not looking for an ID card in the bushes. Just some pine cones. Well, let's go see what kind of lab it is before I get too excited here. We don't have any lights here. Lights. Alright, cool. Lit bedroom. Makes it simple. No duct tape. Let's see if it's a nice lab. So, we're at 3 degrees on our torso currently. And it's a nice lab. Of course it is. Had to be a nice lab. Well, that changes things up a bit. I'm not really prepped for an ice lab. So that's not ideal. Not wearing... not wearing my light goggles either. Just checking out the room conditions here in the very entry area, as I usually do. Let's see what my start looks like. Conference rooms. 3x3 grid is not interesting for me. This is going to be... This is the dead-end hallway, I think? Weird. we know it's multi-floor. Cable charger and ooh, the furnace. That would be power gen right there. Gotta grab the power gen. Cable charger. I don't usually like that one much. Alright, one door check. Possible turret in this room. Let's get our stamina back first. Yes, I know I'm getting frostbite. No turret there. I think I've got goggles already, but... Hey there, first responder. That's one of the books we needed. Oh no. Don't step in front of the door, even peeking, without any stamina. That would be why. No computer there, unfortunately. I was hoping to get a map. No convenient rooms of the map. Right quick here there. Alright, well... So, that'll get our first aid to 6. That's a big one. And then there's only one more book after that. That'll get us to 8. So we'll be looking for the final computer book and the final first aid book to top off those skills. But that first aid book's really important. That improves our ability to get these CBMs installed successfully. If I can get the furnace in for power gen... I've already got 3 power storage Mark IIs, and then we'll have enough for a decent amount of healing off of repair nanobots should we get it successfully installed. But I've only got 3 anesthetic kits with me, so it'd have to be 1, 1, and 1. Nah, joint torsion's okay, but with the nerf they did to it, it's not nearly the go-to CBM as it used to be. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off until I get at least one more batch of anesthetic kit. Yeah, they nerfed it, so now it drains your stamina when you've got it active and you're moving. So, it's not like the free energy it used to be. It can still be useful, but you want to be using it with a higher strength character to offset. So, Ice Lab. I can do the first floor just by jumping in and out without the problems here, but can you make anesthetic kits? Well, technically you can. I don't recommend trying. It's a colossal waste of time and effort for what you get out of it. The raw materials, skills, and so on are it's such a laborious process. I don't wish it on my worst enemy, so... Can't do any of that. I don't have one of my books with me. Didn't consider that it might be this kind of a lab. I could have... With our tailoring skill, it's a good possibility I could put together the thermoelectric outfit, which would let us kind of waltz around the first couple of floors without too much difficulty. Well, we've got another lab just down the road that's not an ice lab. Let's just go down there and do that. That might give me the materials I need for the other one anyway. There's no particular reason to hit this one first, given that they're so close to each other. So, we'll go ahead and grab the turret and the bullets. And... head on down to that other lab. I'm sure that one is the one I used my one and only ID card for. We've already opened it, already double checked it. Hey amigos, I don't care about you. Oh yeah, that's the new bandit roadblock that they didn't quite figure out how it works. Not really supposed to go road adjacent. It's supposed to be a roadblock. Alright, open doors, good. Alright. Still set up the same way. Got our laptop and our jackhammer. I don't have the night vision. Let's grab that. Oops, it's low lights. Whoops. Did I somehow manage to not bring the low light vision goggles? Oh, it's light amp, not low light. I'll figure it out eventually. Alright, I'm also, like I said, I'm going to drop this. How heavy is it? 10 pounds, 9.26. Yeah, I need the protection right now less than I need maneuverability and carry capacity. So we'll drop that. That gets me to... Whoa, wow, we're still at 104 out of 108. Yowzers. Forgot I'm not running that 17 strength character guy. Yeah, as long as I'm lugging this jackhammer around, that's going to be a problem. So we'll dump the jackhammer up top here, and then we'll just come back and get it as needed. So chemistry stat, I remember that. I remember we've got a lit area here, which is convenient. I gotta decide if I'm gonna put on the light amp goggles. Jackhammer down, that gets me to 68 out of 108, so 40 pounds available. So that's good. We'll just map until we need it, and we'll come back and grab it. So, I didn't battery them up again. Yeah, we'll wait till I find some batteries and then throw them on. These are those guards that I was seeing, right? Yeah, security guards. These are the guys dropping those chainmail. So, I've got a kitchen, conveniently placed right here. Turrets. Hey there, Mr. Turrets. Let's make you friendly. Oh, that's right. I had the auto dock right below me. Totally forgot about that, so I do have more. We'll do some exploration first. Then I will spend some time getting some CBMs failed. No, Mr. Mortham, I don't consider it overpowered. You're only taking one very tiny thing into consideration regarding dumping your int like you've done. About the time you try to install CBMs with your 4 int, that Dungeon Master skill's not going to do you squat. It affects a lot of other things, not just reading, so there are going to be some other consequences you'll have fun dealing with. So, this is in reference to this Dungeon Master trait here that you get for playing the Dungeon Master or the Game Master class. It just allows you to read slightly faster, and you suffer no time penalty for reading books too complex, so books over your intelligence. So, time is not usually any kind of a big deal, so you got all the time in the world. As soon as you secure your food source and your water source, time is irrelevant, so I really don't care about that. Read slightly faster is kind of nice, just to speed the process up a bit, but I don't consider it overpowered. But granted, this is the first time I've actually used this particular profession, so. Alright, what's in there? Chronometer, don't care about that. Alright, I think that's all I explored, right? No, I would have explored these side rooms as well. Did I not explore the side rooms? Alright, so that I remember. Alright, stairs down is good. Alright, I remember this also. Alright, that's all that I explored last time. Whoops! Didn't remember those guys being here. One at a time, please. Alright. Mainly I'm curious how easily I can hit when I've got the duffel bag on with my 72 torso encumbrance. Yay! Fully charged flashlight! Let's grab that one, and then unload my standard one. Dump that one. Yeah, we'll grab up the bleach and stuff as well.